runs, boys.
Alright guys, little 250 action for once. I'm working on taking the forks off so I can send them in, because I'll pretty much do anything on a bike except work on suspension, because I have no idea what I'm doing with that. So yeah, gotta do this side next and take the brake caliper off too, because everything's gotta be off with a fork. Send them in. So oh yeah, pro tip guys, if you're working on bolts Allen bolts, you always want to make sure they're clean on the inside, because if the Allen can't go in all the way, you have a risk of it stripping out, and that would not be a fun day. This is a trick I learned from my dad a while back. If you don't have enough leverage on something, you can stick a wrench in there and then just... I needed 2 hands for that, but got it loose, because these are tight. Okay guys, I got the forks off. Now I'm gonna clean them up and then bring them inside and take them to the guy. Okay guys, we got the forks back and they're looking pretty good. Got my new brake pads in too. I'm gonna have to break those in, but... Alright guys, we're gonna be throwing an air filter on the bike and then finally gonna get it running tomorrow. So let's get to it. Like to break them all loose first and then loosen them all fast with the other end of the Allen wrench, like this. Usually what I do is pop the little gas cap cover off and then pop the hose off of that, and then this should come right off. Just like that. I like to keep this cover and the exhaust plug on over the winter, just to keep whatever rodents, dust, anything out of the engine. So yeah, a lot of people throw grease on their new filters, but I don't. I mean, the guy before me did, but it just makes a mess. And these newer bikes, they seal so good you don't even need to, and you change your air filter pretty often anyway. So yeah, let's get the new air filter out of the drawer here. I have all these pre-oiled, and then you just stick them in a plastic bag and they'll be fine for a long time. Gave my air filter cage a little wipe down. Now we're gonna stick this in and put her on the bike. There we go, we got her in. Getting your air filter cage in can sometimes be a pain in the butt, and I'd always recommend wearing some kind of gloves, but I didn't have any, and this air filter oil is kind of a pain to get off your hands. So, but we got her in, and I'll throw this cover back on. Good to go for tomorrow. There we go. These screws here don't have to be real tight, just snug them up and you should be good. Now I'll pop this back on. Good to go. I don't like this stand. It's bent and it's wobbly sometimes, and it just scares me. I feel like the damn thing is gonna tip over. I learned this from my suspension guy, but every time before you go riding, the front screw on this fork here, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you loosen both of those on each fork, on these KYBs at least, and it'll let all the excess air and stuff out of your forks. You're basically bleeding your forks. You gotta want to do that before every ride, and it'll help you a lot. Working on the valve clearances here. You always want to make sure it's at top dead center too, by those marks there. Okay guys, it's the next day. So we got all the valves adjusted to spec, and it still doesn't start. And I tried to test this condenser, but I can't find the tolerance for it. So now I guess we're gonna put in a new spark plug and see if that's the issue, because we couldn't find one yesterday. I have a new one right here, so we're gonna do that. But we have to take the gas tank off, literally, to get to the spark plug. It's right on the top of the head in there. You can't see it, but yeah, let's get to it, I guess. Okay guys, we got our tank off, and here's our spark plug. Doesn't look the best, but we got a new one, so we're gonna try that out. And the top of this had a little bit of grease on it. I don't know, I'm gonna put a little bit on mine too, just to be safe. But yeah, let's try it out. Well guys, the new plug is in and it still doesn't start, so I'm gonna do some more research and see what the deal is with it. Well, it's a couple weeks later, and we figured out it actually has like no compression. It tested 90% leak on the leak down test. So looks like we're gonna have to do a top end with it. Here's the kit. Here's what the piston's looking like. The crank does have a little side to side play, but I'm not too worried about it. It has no up and down play. Okay guys, 250's back. Got the top end done on it. Pretty much everything we could think of. Made sure all the timing was perfect, even before we knew it didn't have any compression. It has a new piston and rings. We did the valve clearances, so everything should be good on it for a while. Let's fire it up. I might have started a little bit before just to make sure it was all good, but let's fire this thing up. There we go. She runs, boys.